So I talk about this a lot, and since I have ADD, sometimes I forget who I've said it to. But I keep going on about this because the way that politics works and everything can change and everything can be used as some kind of a leveraging tool, some kind of a bargaining chip. I like to point out that weed right now, Cannabis sativa L, the exact same thing that's grown out in Oregon and Washington, Michigan, and New York, Canada, any place they're growing weed, that is Cannabis sativa L by and large. And it's legal right now, federally, in the United States, 99.7%. 99.7%. Do you like my visual aids? No, but it's true. The 2018 Farm Bill actually signed into law every bit of the cannabis plant that wasn't Delta-9 THC. Back in 2018, I guess the firm understanding was Delta-9 THC was the cannabinoid that actually caused the high associated with cannabis. Well, it turns out that there are a number of intoxicating cannabinoids, as they like to call it, because in the 2018 Farm Bill, it's actually referred to as industrial hemp. But they also talk about all isomers, all derivatives, everything about the plant is legal as long as it has less than 0.3% Delta-9 THC dry weight, which is, also that's a whole other bag of wax. Bag of cats? Cat of bags? I'm not sure which. That's a whole other thing, because the way that they do dry weight is during its growth season before it's actually even peaked in cannabinoids. But it turns out that it's a moot point, because the plant doesn't actually grow Delta-9 THC, okay? It grows a precursor to that called Delta-9 THCA. The A stands for acid. It's an acidic compound. It's got this acid molecule hanging off of this carboxyl group, and you have to go through something called decarboxylation, which is the simple way of saying heating weed past 220-ish degrees. 222, I like to say, just for symmetry. But yeah, the plant doesn't even grow Delta-9 THC. So I don't know if it was a bit of a stumble on the part of the government, but this plant was well researched, and they knew before 2018 the fact that Delta-9 THCA is what grows in the plant, and that the acidic version of the compound is actually non-psychoactive and doesn't even become psychoactive until you heat it up. So you just witnessed a chemical process that changed Delta-9 THCA in the form of dry bud into Delta-9 THC in the form of a party going into my lungs. And, giving me a chance to chill and enjoy the benefits of this amazing compound. And actually, once again, that's the coolest thing about weed, is that it's not one thing. They didn't even know how weed made you high for the longest time. They thought it bypassed a cell membrane or something like that. Well, it turns out nearly every cell in your body actually has special receptors on it made just for cannabinoids. Okay, and also turns out that your body makes its own cannabinoids, anandamide and AG2 or AD2, something like that. Anandamide is Sanskrit for bliss. That's why they call THC the bliss molecule. Where's the ball? I don't see the ball. Why are you whining at me? What'd you do with the ball? We'll get you the ball, and I'll throw it. Doggies. So much fun. What did you do with it? Louis, where's the ball? Oh, I see it. Oh, there it is. Get that ball. Nice stop. Where was I? The endocannabinoid system. Endo meaning inside your body. Makes its own cannabinoids. The two that we know about, and there's probably more. I'm not a scientist. I'm a writer. I write about the documentation other people find. And what I've learned so far is that nearly every cell in your body has two cell receptors that we know of, called CB1 and CB2. CB1 affects the neurotransmission center of your brain. It's what THC latches onto. It's almost like a lock and key, because CBD only partially, we're still learning, but it seems like CBD can actually act on both CB1 and CB2, or it's only acting on CB2. At any rate, there's special receptors on nearly every cell in your body. They transmit these special little cannabinoids to different spots in your body to actually regulate your health. So not only, this is such an ongoing conversation. This is why people who insist that cannabis has no medicinal value to this day, to keep power and leverage over a huge part of humanity, loses all credibility with me, okay? We actually have an endocannabinoid system. We discovered this in 1992, okay? It does things like help kids who suffer from seizures not suffer from seizures. It does everything else too. It actually balances your whole body, okay? It achieves its, cannabinoids are used to achieve homeostasis or balance in your body. That's a very important thing because it works for every major body organ. Get that? Cannabinoids actually keep your whole body healthy. Every single major body organ, including the largest one, your skin. That's why CBD skincare is so great, even essential. And you could argue that other cannabinoids are essential too. Oh, good bounce. Got a good bounce there at the end. Happy Monday. I could go on and on about this for hours, and I will, because it kind of feels like my calling. Now, not everything is cannabis, obviously, but it's obvious, also true, that it's obvious that cannabis and cannabinoids and the science behind it has been completely and utterly stunted because of politics. And I'm tired of letting politicians tell us what's what with our health, which makes me sound, crazy. Don't get me wrong. I am I am vaccinated. I was going to say lubricated. Can you tell I'm a writer? There's probably a lot of other words that I can throw out there too. I am edited. I need to be edited. I'm going to go play with the dog. That's what I really enjoy to do. Later on, I'm going to write. I help people get their SEO and documentation. Anything with words, actually, is what I excel at. I help people capture brand voice. That's really what I do. I help build brands to differentiate you and your voice and your products in crowded marketplaces. And in the cannabis space, this is extra critical. Nobody really takes a whole lot of care and time into the marketing of cannabis. And, I'm actually fine with that, even though I've worked my whole career in marketing. This is the end of my marketing career, as it were, for other people at least. You might consider what this is marketing. It's really not. I won't shut up. That's why I got the nickname Doc. The more I learn, the more I love to share. And it's great to have an audience out there. And some people seem to be really responding to this. I actually dropped social media off my phone. The only time I ever go onto Facebook is to check for messenger messages from one special friend. I'm not the kind of person that has a whole ton of friends anyhow. I enjoyed social, but once Zuckerberg basically admitted that, you know, you can't believe the veracity of anything you see on the platform, there's no reason for me to be there. Like I said, I got a journalist training. I'm all about the truth. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm spreading the truth. As always, this is Beans. It's Monday, February, I think, 24th. Haven't looked. Late February 2025, from Asheville, North Carolina, still recovering from Hurricane Helene. They're just now starting to clear up debris, right? That's how bad this storm was. They had to worry about infrastructure for the last 3-4 months, just getting roads and bridges and everything else safe enough and clearing off the roads enough to use. But now they're going in and clearing out huge piles of debris, which I still have plenty. All these logs back here were from fallen trees. I wonder if it can go all the way around. Oh, way up high. And get the root ball. Oh, that's as far as it can go. There's another one right here. Split tree. Way up above. Come on. Go up here. Quit focusing on me. I can draw a little square, make it focus elsewhere, but I don't want to. I don't want to. You know, I tried shooting myself from below, and I was like, oh, do I look fat? No, I'm a big guy. I'm just a big guy. I'm 6'5", 250 to 280, depending on what time of year it is. Since we're still coming off the Christmas and Valentine's high, I'm probably at the higher end of that scale. So I know how to take up a lot of mass. I know what it's like to be big, so I stuck the camera up above, and I'm still fat. So be who you are, love who you are, forgive what you've done that you haven't been able to forgive. That's actually the key to healing, is letting go. And the key to letting go is forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others. Doesn't mean you forget. You forgive. You forgive so you can move on. Because then you can start setting healthy boundaries and living a much more authentic life, true to what you and your maker, if you believe in that, have in mind for you. Living the most authentic life possible. I'm not going to say the best. I'm not going to qualify it other than authentic, because that's a pretty broad term. And honestly, I think that's what life is all about. Trying to figure out what your authentic self is. It takes a long time. I've been lucky enough to have been around the sun multiple decades. I am a true child of the 60s, baby. Gotta go. It's time to play. So I hope you find time to play and communicate and connect today. Come back and check with me more. I talk like this all the time, whether the camera is on or off. I might just leave the camera on full time. Wouldn't that be fun? Peace, love, serendipity, my friends, my Cannabuds, my Cannafam. Take care of each other just by keeping each other in mind. I think that's all you have to do, is have a good state of mind. And that helps the world wonders, especially yours. Take care, y'all.